Ben with Super Pump Podcast, and I am working to drive a stake through the heart of Cincinnati. Now, this statue represents Cincinnati, and at one time, Cincinnati, the city, had the whole world in the palm of its hand. But I'm going to tell you why you can either ride the wave of change to prosperity, or you can let outside forces drive a stake through the heart of your community. I'm going to try and hop down here. Wow, that was wet. The story of Cincinnati is 1803, Louisiana Purchase. Why would that affect Cincinnati? Well, I'll tell you why. Cincinnati is strategically located on the Ohio River here. When the port of New Orleans was opened up to the United States, it meant that these inland Midwestern cities like Cincinnati, Pittsburgh, St. Louis, all had the opportunity to be centers of both commerce and of passenger travel. And so Cincinnati embraced the river here. You can see the Ohio River in the background here. By 1830, Cincinnati became the first Midwestern city to crack the top 10 in the United States in population. Before that, it was New York City, Philadelphia, Boston, cities on the East Coast you know about. But because they embraced river traffic, by 1830, they cracked the top 10. They were number 8. And then they kept growing in population. By 1850, Cincinnati was the 6th largest city in the country. Chicago was unranked. But around that time, see this bridge here? This is rail traffic. The city leaders had to make a decision. Do we continue to dominate barge and river traffic, or do we jump on this newfangled thing called railroad? Well, they decided, let's stick with what's tried and true, which has worked for us, rather than embrace the new change. Do you know what happened? Chicago embraced that change. And so Chicago, who was not even ranked in 1850, by 1870, they had grown to the 5th largest city. Cincinnati had slid back to 8th. And by 1910, Chicago had shot itself all the way up to number 2 in the nation in population. Do you know where Cincinnati was? It wasn't in the top 10, and it has never cracked the top 10 again. The Cincinnati Bengals, the smallest market for an NFL franchise, because of that decision of whether to embrace change or not. When you think about your business in 2026, I want you to think, are there changes that you can ride the wave to prosperity, or are there changes that you are just rejecting carte blanche that are going to end up driving that stake through the heart of your business? Just think back 5 years. If you don't want to go back to the Louisiana Purchase and the Golden Spike Railroad in 1869 out in Utah, think back to COVID. Think about those businesses that took that, rode the wave, and are killing it, and the other businesses that are out of business, that are no longer a part of things. Which do you want to be? The one that embraces change, or the one that has the stake driven right through its heart? Ben with Super Pump. I hope you have a fantastic 2026 and embrace change. If you enjoyed today's show, I have 2 quick next steps for you. First, subscribe or follow us on Apple Podcasts, Spotify, or YouTube. And second, jump on over to superpump.com to find out all the incredible ways we can help you launch your super pumped business. Keep well, and I'll see you next time.